A hospital bed. A man is lying on it, looking about 50 years old. His face looks endlessly tired. His gaze turned towards the window. He is watching children playing tag. His eyes express absolutely nothing. You know that this man is sick. He has only a few weeks to live. And you want to say something, anything that could cheer him up. But your thoughts are silent. A deep breath and the man speaks. Do you think it's possible to live a life without regrets? Do you think we can make choices that would later save us from this bitter feeling, where we could have acted differently, where we could have acted and acted rightly? This question catches you off guard. You're only 25 and you have never truly thought about regrets. After all, everything could be fixed. There is always tomorrow, there is always time, there is always second chance for you. You answer, honestly, I don't know, I haven't thought about it. A faint smile appears on the man's face. He says, I wish I could say that's wrong. I wish I could say you should think differently. But I only think this way because, unfortunately, I no longer have your privilege. You, again, don't know what to say. But now you really want to know what this man is thinking about. And you ask a question. What do you mean? A few seconds pass before the man speaks again. You can be as mad as a mad dog at the way things went. You can swear, curse the fates. But when it comes to the end, you have to let go. The man smiles and turns his gaze to you. You know, he says, no matter what I say, it's very unlikely you will fully understand what I mean. And there is something funny about that. But I want to say it for myself, and I can only hope that you will understand me in the future. Life is your choice, because it's your life. Choose consciously, choose wisely, choose honestly. Please, choose your own happiness. What do you think regret is? It is a strange mix of memory and imagination. It is an attempt to imagine how things could have been different. An attempt by our brain to create a time machine with an alternative script where everything was different, where we would be happier. It is a rather interesting feeling. Although I cannot call it pleasant, like every other feeling, it is trying to tell us something. My question is, what exactly does it want to tell us? How do we hear it? And most importantly, can we avoid the unpleasant bitterness that is an inseparable companion of this feeling? The short answer is probably not. Honestly though, I believe that by acting in a certain way, the number of regrets can be drastically reduced. And here I want to share with you what seems to me like a very effective method. All regrets could be divided in two groups. Regrets for things that are done and regrets for things that are undone. The first type, why did I do that? Or I should have acted differently. Despite its sharpness in the moment, over time the feeling fades and the pain and unpleasant sensations go away. Because there is a period, an end to this story. And even if it turned out to be not entirely right later on, the field for what if reflections doesn't seem that wide, since you made your choice yourself, and it was yours. The second type, regrets for things that left undone. I should have spoken up. I should have done it, asked, walked up, or started a conversation. This type doesn't feel as sharp. These are precisely the regrets that appear in people on their deathbed. These are the very regrets capable of gnawing at us until our final breath. Based on this alone, an interesting thought emerged. You need to act. For now, I leave it here and share with you some other interesting observations. Each of us has different regrets, because each of us is unique. But what do you think people regret most when they are on the brink of death? It is a very interesting question, because in such situation, people stop hiding, stop lying to themselves and others. All masks are off, and interestingly enough, in this situation, people's regrets begin to align. And so many talk about similar, if not identical things. A woman named Bronnie Ware collected the regrets of people she spoke with in the hospice wards, who had only a few weeks left in this world. Here are the 5 most important and frequent things they talked about. I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself. If you think about it, this is a very painful and unpleasant thought. And what's most terrifying, that few people truly reflect on this. Choosing and doing what they genuinely want every single day. Most people die realizing that they didn't fulfill even half of their desires, simply because they themselves decided not to pursue them. I wish I hadn't worked so hard. A very cliché regret at first glance, but given how frequently it was mentioned, it can simply not be ignored. After all, no one on their deathbed said, "I wish I had closed the deal," or "I wish I could have earned more." People regretted the loss of time, which they traded for money that, as it turned out, they absolutely did not need. I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. This regret seemed completely non-obvious to me, but the more I thought about it, the more it fell into place. People constantly suppress their emotions, constantly wear armor, never showing their true selves. After all, if someone insults or wounds our mask or strikes our armor, it is very easy to say that it wasn't me. They didn't hurt me because I didn't reveal myself, which means it doesn't hurt at all. This is a magnificent defense mechanism that nevertheless has a massive downside. By not revealing your true feelings, you will never be able to be truly close to another person. You simply don't allow someone else to understand you and love you for who you are. And yes, honesty and vulnerability often change relations. They either take them to a new level or remove unnecessary people from your life. In both cases you win, but understanding comes when it's already too late. I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends and family. This regret is connected to the previous ones, because time is our resource and we decide how to spend it. Again, despite the cliché and obviousness of this regret, action and choice clearly stand out here. To commit or to not commit an action is something that only you can do. I wish that I had let myself be happier. The final astonishing discovery for me. So many people didn't realize until the end that happiness is a choice, which means that happiness will also entirely depend on us. No one but ourselves can influence it. It seems to me that if we look at all these regrets and add my earlier thought that in the moment of hesitation is always better to do something, the elixir that can almost completely rid us of regrets while instantly making us happier will consist of following ingredients. Always choose what feels right to you, regardless of anyone else. You can't make all the money in the world, and it only depends on you how you spend your time. Be brave. When you are facing a choice between speaking up and staying silent, acting or remaining idle. Choose action, even if it feels terrifying at times. And finally, this is your life. Allow yourself, at long last, to choose happiness.